And we are back. This is Capital Market. You can join the conversation on Twitter at Channels TV or at CTV Temple, just in case you're interested. Now let's take a look at what the NASD OTC looked like for the week. The unlisted security index of NASD OTC fell this week by 0.03% to 651.98. Its market capitalization also had a negative movement to settle at 433.05 billion naira against 433.19 billion naira reported last week. Now the volume traded decreased by 10%, while the total value of shares traded eased by 52%, all in 59 deals. And IGI and WAMCO were the top trades of the week with their corresponding volume as seen on the charts you have on the screen right now. Over to the FMDQ OTC. Events in the domestic bonds market was weak, just as investors continue to favor short-tenured debt instruments, given the prevailing attractive yields. However, we had the DMO organizing its monthly auction this week, and its executed bonds auction gave us, for August 2016, raising a total of 110 billion naira issued in July 2021 paper, January 2026, and March 2036 instruments at marginal rates of 15.1%, 15.3% and 15.5% respectively. But with what you have on the screen right now, bonds at the secondary market were that of March 18th, 2036, which attracted 65 deals, 22nd of January 2026, as well as 14th March 2024 securities that pulled all of those volumes you have, all of those value that you have on the screen from investors. Over to the treasury bills markets. Investors continue to display higher appetite for shorter-term treasury instruments due to higher attractive yields relative to longer tenured instruments. Average T-bills rate opens the week at 17%, rose as high as 17.7%, but eventually closed the week at 18.1%. And Fisayo Ogumbiyi Badaro is still right here with us in the studio. We've been taking a look at the prevailing trend of mutual funds, the resurgence of mutual funds in the Nigerian capital market. Good to still have you around. Let us take a look at investors' apathy that we now have in the market. Tell me what you think about this. How has that impacted generally mutual funds?
Well, basically, the essence of creating mutual funds, and like I had said earlier, was to give more professionals the opportunity to manage your funds for you or your portfolio for you. And I can see a lot of interest coming, especially from the retail end of the market, because they're less informed than your typical institutions. And also because when you invest in a mutual fund, you get much more than when you go in to invest on your own, as well as the fact that quite a number of people got bonds the last time, and so it's easier to trust professional fund managers. And also because the way the Securities and Exchange Commission has structured mutual funds now, you have all sorts of parties. It's not only just the fund manager.
Right.
You have a trustee that protects the interest of the investor in terms of the investment guideline that the fund manager must follow. And then you have the custodian that keeps the assets in cash off the fund as well. So if you see the way it's structured now, I mean, things are better off than in the past.
So we know that investors' education is one thing that is really key in the capital market right now. But so for the benefit of some viewers that are watching who probably don't understand what we're discussing, help me to distinguish between Ponzi scheme and mutual fund.
Ponzi scheme, I really don't know where that came from, but you know, where you have people just deceiving other people by collecting money from them and, you know, giving it to the next person. You collect money from the next person and give it to the next person. Mutual fund is not all about that. Mutual funds are well structured, registered and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, right. And the fund manager and every party are regulated as well.
And mutual fund doesn't sound too good to be true, huh?
No. He doesn't
Ponzi
double.
schemes
Exactly. Ponzi scheme does that. It gives you, or like I had to explain to someone, we're not money doublers. We're not, we don't promise you high returns that we know are not possible. We don't tell you, bring 5,000 naira today, we'll double it in 2 days. We're not mutual funds and all like that.
All right, Olafisayo Ogunbiyi Badaru, Head of Asset Management at Cordros Capital. Thank you so very much for coming through on Capital Market. We appreciate your time. And that's the program this evening. I'm Temple Ashaji. Let's continue the conversation on Twitter at Channels TV and at CTV Temple. All the best. See you next time.